In this video, you'll learn how to manage effort ratio in Placker. To keep our project on track, it is very important to know precisely which are the cards that are behind schedule or ahead of schedule, identifying if there will be any delay and taking corrective actions to meet your deadlines. The effort ratio is a valuable indicator when tracking your cards. To see the effort ratio of your cards and your board, first of all, click Filter in Settings, scroll down and select Gantt Chart Attribute Columns and enable Effort Ratio column. Scroll back up and click Save Changes. Now, there is an effort ratio column indicating the number 1 for all of the cards. This means that the project is exactly on schedule for all of the cards. If the effort ratio was above 1, this would mean that the card is delayed, or if it was lower than 1, the card would be ahead of schedule. Let's see how this works. We have a card called Planning, which has a duration of 4 days, because it starts on February 14th and finishes on February 19th. Considering that Saturday and Sunday are non-working days, we have to work on planning Thursday, Friday, Monday, and Tuesday. 4 days, that is 32 hours of work, considering 8 hours per day. Suppose that today is February 16th and we're exactly in the middle of this card. So by now we should have done 16 hours of work, or 50% of the card, and the other 50% will be done the next week. In this case, 50% is exactly the progress of this card, so our effort ratio will be 1. In case we were delayed with this card and we hadn't done 50% of the progress, if we had done, for example, 25% of the progress, notice that 25% has automatically changed the progress of the card, but the effort ratio hasn't changed yet. This is because when you want to update your effort ratio, you have to click Check Plan, click Check Effort Ratio, and click Calculate Effort Ratio in a time from now. Now, the effort ratio was updated to 1.5, indicating that there is a delay on planning. We also have the effort ratio of the whole project, that is 1.03, which means that the project is a little bit delayed. Now, considering that we had the opposite situation, if planning had more than 50%, if it was almost finished, so 90% of the progress, this means that the card is ahead of schedule, and so if we click Check Plan and calculate the effort ratio again, now we see that the effort ratio for this card is 0.2, that is, it is ahead of schedule, and the overall effort ratio of the whole project has also been recalculated for 0.95 effort ratio. If you click Overall Effort Ratio, you will see details of hours for planned, completed, and required to complete effort, and the effort ratio distribution, showing which are the values for the cards that are maximum, minimum, mean, and median value for effort ratio. That is, the cards that are the most ahead of schedule and the cards that have the biggest delay. To know more about effort ratio and see details of the equation that calculates this indicator, visit our help center where you can find articles that looks into this indicator in depth.